Well, I just finished a Monday morning with four back-to-backs. And I was the one that was saying, hey, where are all the bookings? And then this morning I woke up and last night before I went to bed, I should say, I had one booking this morning, real early. And so I was like, okay, it's 5 o'clock, 5:30 this morning. And so I was up and Adam and I woke up and I opened up my app and I went, yeah, I got a bunch of classes. So I up and did a mad scramble and I had four short notice classes this morning, which I'm not complaining about that because you do get an extra $2 bonus per every class that is completed and it is a short notice. So open up those Monday morning slots and be willing because I just learned that. Um, but anyway, I thought I would just share with you really quickly in case you're looking at my screen and you think it's my birthday. It's really not. My first lesson of the morning was about the birthday cake and happy birthday. And so this is kind of some of the stuff I had going on for my student today. I threw up the birthday cake and the happy birthday. And then, we had some twirling balloons that popped in there for a little bit. But of course, that got me dizzy, so I had to get those turned off pretty quick. And this is one I really liked. Just a little confetti and fun or whatever. But no, it's not my birthday today. It's just from my lesson. And the kids loved it. The student that I used this with really loved it. And then for my other students, I used some other similar things. I had an 11-year-old boy doll, very, very sweet boy, and he liked this mustache business. He just thought that was cool. And so he got some of that. I I was able to play a little bit, give them, and I'm working while I'm talking to you here, but just giving them some different fun backgrounds here. Pardon if it doesn't look so great because I'm not adjusting it or anything, but one of the things that I have found that the kids really like is these stars. I give them the star inside the program for sure. And then I usually will, oh yeah, let me give you one of mine. And this one's cool. And so they like these. And so the one child really liked the dancing colored one, and we were hollering out the colors as they popped up, and that was just really fun. And then the little dancer, other little dancer one with it is fun. I am just buzzing through here to see what are some of the other things. Oh, with the birthday one, the other one that I thought was really cute was this little guy, the little mouse, walking along carrying the birthday cake, and he's stealing it away. So I threw that one up there, and that always gives him a little bit of a smile. Sometimes I put these up in between slides and just kind of something pops up and you can see them and it gets their attention and it kind of keeps them entertained. And I go to the next slide and sometimes I'll leave it up for a little while and then I'll take it off. And then today it was funny. One of the girls was like, "Where'd it go?" And I was like, "Oh, you want it back? Okay. Let's finish this slide and I'll get it back for you." And then she was right on top of the lesson because she was gonna finish it for me. So it was fun. I had a really good time. Everybody today got a thumbs up. I had a little guy, he was 5 years old, and he really liked the little faces. So I'm gonna pop those up here for you. He liked the smiles and the laughs and the winks. He really thought they were cool. And so he kept watching those intently. And then I would make him go away and I would say, "Okay, no, finish this." And then I'd pop the face back up again and it would keep him occupied. It would keep him interested in what I was doing. So that's a little tip there for you. As far as the back-to-backs go, I definitely won't complain because I was wanting bookings. I think if you watched my other videos, it was like, "Where are you?" And then I woke up today and I have 17 or 18 of them, set. So I was pretty excited about that. I even have two students that have picked me for multiple slots. So I'm hoping to maybe develop a relationship with them as well, which is great. I will say I had some problems in the very beginning of my morning with an IT thing, and it was marked as a teacher IT, but the student was using the app. And the funny thing was, I messed around with it, and the fireman sent a thing and said, just move on to your next class. And I had like 10 minutes. I didn't do anything to anything at all. Because I could hear her talking, and I could see her and hear her well before I opened up everything for her. I could see that she was there. I could hear it. I did all my testing of my equipment, and it was fine. So I'm not 100% sure what happened. Of course, it's out there in the oblivion nature, right? But at least it was just an IT. It's not going to kill me. But I did send a ticket in and say, hey, I noticed that she was the only one today that was using the app, the mobile app, whereas the rest of my students were using the regular platform, and it was seamless. It was perfect. And I did all kinds of fun stuff with them with my ManyCam program that I'm using here. So I'm just wondering if that mobile app isn't compatible, or maybe I need to scale back on some of my animation with the mobile app. I don't know. Anybody have any feedback on it? Let me know what you think on that. I will say I absolutely loved. I love doing this program with these backgrounds, just because I think it gives a little bit of variety to what I'm doing. Gives me a chance to use some stuff with them. I had the one child that was younger. I was also giving an additional reward system because I wasn't 100% sure that it was going to be all that exciting for a 5-year-old to get the stars to pop up. But lo and behold, he thought it was the greatest. Sometimes I would use my, it's not here, but I would use my puppet and try to grab the screen, and he thought that was great as well. So that's another fun little one for you to try if you guys are working on this ManyCam thing. I still have a ton to learn, but I will say that the other thing with teaching the back-to-back, time flew by like crazy. I blinked and I was like, I'm done. Wow. I just did that, because I spent 4 full classes through. I taught for 2 hours, and I threw in my feedback as well, and it was like, wow, I was done in no time, and it was pretty amazing how quickly it went. I will say one thing too, for those of you who are doing the practicum and working on it, one thing when you get into the classroom, that ticking time isn't as stressful because you really can gauge your student. Now, I had it easy today because my older students were real easy to figure out, like, when my 11-year-old boy was reading me the whole page and I was giving him minimal help and we were having some good conversation, I could move to the next thing. And I actually moved ahead a little bit, and then I had a chance to just talk with him, and it was so fun. Like, that was my favorite part of the whole morning, was him, just because I could have a nice conversation with him, and he was so eager to learn. It was so cute. And everything that I was putting up on the screen, he loved. He kept just like, oh wow. And I'm going to just take a second and say that these kids are, the older ones, they really do want to learn because they know it's a future for them to have this language. But I just wish our kids at our age now in the States were working as diligently on other languages, because they were so adorable today. The other thing that I'll mention about this morning with the back-to-backs was it did feel a little stressful because I didn't get a chance to really prepare for anything beyond the first one. Because it was all like I woke up and went, well, I got all these classes and I'm I got up in time for my one class that I thought I had, and there was a bunch booked. And I'm not complaining about that, and I will do that again because it was a really good strategy to get classes, because that Monday morning short notice first thing, they got me, and so it's a win-win. It really wasn't that bad because the slides are pretty self-explanatory. I did have the one trial class that was in the middle there that was a 5-year-old. It was, I had to switch down a level with him, and that was going to stress me out a little bit thinking of doing that, and it really was no big deal. I just popped it back on. Okay, let's try this, and he jumped right on to whatever I did. So that was an experience. His mom was sitting there right with him, but she was very sweet and very encouraging, pushing him to do things. And maybe I entertained her a little bit more than him. I don't know, but she was laughing her head off. So I don't know. We had a good time. So overall, not too bad doing some back-to-backs. I thought I would do like, one, then sip some coffee, and then another one, and then sip coffee. But today was like trial by fire, and it was cool. So all in all, it was a good experience. Any questions, shoot me questions, please feel free. I have been enjoying learning. I've been enjoying really working on this technology because I think it's just so enjoyable for the kids. Honestly, I had a 5-year-old, I had an 11-year-old, I had a 12-year-old, and I had another 11-year-old. And those are, older, 3 older than the younger. I will say they all loved that. They had a great time and with it. And so it really was something to enhance the classroom in a tremendous way. And I've only I'm touching the surface of it by backgrounds and special effects. But I'm going to work on maybe just one quick video soon hereafter, just with some basics, because I keep getting a lot of people asking questions about just a few of the reward system with the special effects, that kind of thing. And I don't get super fancy. There's another teacher that's out there, and if you leave me a comment, I'll let you know who she is and what she's doing, because she's put out some great videos as well. But so that was my morning. Early rise, 4:30 a.m. rise. Got up. This is as good as it gets as far as how I look. Got some coffee in and a protein bar, and it was great. Had a good time. So that was my update for today. Thanks for watching.